I thought I was going to a comedy show, but I accidentally walked in to a singles mixer. I didn't read the FAQs, so that is on me. We walk in and they hand us bracelets. Green if you are single, yellow if you are partnered. I look across the room. It's 70% single straight women. If I had gone there looking for a single straight man, I would have been so disappointed. Might have asked for a refund or something. I was just there with some of the ladies that I met on TikTok to enjoy the show. All of the stories that I've heard about dating in SF started to make a little bit more sense.
You know you're dating a true chivalrous man, not a boy, when he does these things. Number 1, walking you to your car every single time and opening your door. And if it's raining, he brings an umbrella and holds it for you so you don't get rained on. Next up, when you're upset, he's not mad at you for feeling that way. He just wants to do whatever he can to make you feel better. And when he's upset, he doesn't go off on you. He doesn't call you names or anything mean like that. When you're walking down the street and he goes on the side with the cars, and not just by coincidence, but he physically moves you and says, I'm walking on this side. Next up, he holds your bags for you. Whether you're shopping or you just got to his house, he takes all the bags out of your arms and he carries them for you. This one is only if you've talked about a future together, but if you have, then it's when he includes you in his future decisions. So for example, my boyfriend has 6 more years of school since he's getting his PhD, and he fully included me on all the schools he was going to apply to, and then his final decision because he knew that I would eventually be moving there. And it would make a difference if he was all the way across the country versus somewhere I could drive to, which is where he is going to be going. Next up, they never judge what you eat or how you exercise. Unless you're asking them to be tough on you on what you're eating, then they shouldn't be commenting whenever you're eating food. And lastly, he doesn't talk about you behind your back, and he doesn't talk about you disrespectfully to other guys. If you find a man that checks all these boxes, then keep him because you've officially just found your very own Colin.
So if you're related to this guy, please check his hard drives, check his computer, check his phones, because men who are comfortable bragging about being passport bros are predators. They are flat out predators. So if this is your relative, call the police immediately.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You know what just gave me the ick? Imagine you're simping for someone and you're sending them really cute, considerate texts, and then, quite frankly, they find you annoying. You actually ruin their day by sending them stuff like that. And then they send those kinds of texts to someone else who finds them annoying. And then it's this weird toxic cycle of avoidance and people not really liking each other. And that just gave me the ick.
Stop telling man how to be man.
What women want from men is unrealistic, and what men want from women is unrealistic. A woman is too busy trying to tell men how to be men, and that's why we can't learn how to be men, because we arguing with women about they need to be women. I tell my woman, don't worry about what a man is doing when he leave the house. If that kitchen is dirty, ain't no clothes for, why you worried about what I do as a man? You try to be a better woman.
Did he not have a valid point? Let me know in the comments. What do y'all think?
You know what? I have something that I need to say. I am tired of the men that just don't go for it. They're just so scared. They think that they're gonna get rejected when it's like, bruh, like, just take a freaking chance. I am tired, sick and tired of this, excuse my language, but this energy.
I want to be approached. I definitely want to be approached.
Look, here's what's happening. Men stopped approaching because the feedback they got wasn't worth the risk. You get rejected, you're labeled a creep. You approach the wrong way, suddenly it's harassment. So a lot of guys just said, nah, I'm good. The frustration makes sense, but the math doesn't work on his end anymore. That's cause and effect.
I don't think guys realize how crucial this is, but if a girl does something you don't like, if she's being shady or if she's just being plain mean, you can walk away. I don't know why this is really hard for guys because girls do it all the time, but it is a superpower that a guy has, is that you can walk away if you're not feeling it or if she's doing something that you don't like. And 9 out of 10 times, if you walk away, she's gonna come back even stronger because she's not used to guys doing this. Most guys just simp for her. She's used to getting her way. She throws a tantrum, gets what she wants. But if you're not that guy, she's going to be attracted to that because she's going to be like, oh my gosh, I cannot play games with this guy because he's serious and he'll just leave me.
Nah, she's right. That's actually the point a lot of guys miss. Most men don't realize that walking away isn't rejection, it's clarity. When you stop chasing and start having standards, suddenly she's the one figuring out what she needs to do. It's not manipulation, It's just self-respect. And that actually works because she can finally see you're serious. That's the shift right there.
Okay, I'm confused. You're saying that if she tells me she has a problem, I'm not supposed to help her?
Not unless she asked for your help.
But if she lets me help her, I can make her problem go away.
That is such a male thing to say.
Well, forgive me for being a man.
Mango or kiwi?
Ooh, kiwi.
When you say, do this or do that, all she's hearing is, I'm smarter than you.
Believe me, she doesn't think that.
She doesn't want you to solve her problems. She just wants you to give her support so that she can solve her problems herself.
Yes, and sometimes she just wants a sympathetic ear.
Whoa. Whoa. Maybe it's all the creams, but that just made sense, girlfriends. So if Claire says, I hate getting stuck in traffic, I shouldn't say, maybe you should leave earlier, or don't get on the freeway. I should just say, I know, it's so frustrating.
Yes. That's
Really?
Yes.
Hey, I got a question for all the good men. Where you at? Where you at? Where's your voice? I know you saw the files. I know you seen them. I know you know. Where you at? Where's all those good men that are ready to tear down the patriarchy and white supremacy and capitalism? Where you at? You're the protectors. Where's the good men protectors? Protecting the women and children. I know you read the files. Where you at? There are not enough leaders, let alone enough men leaders, speaking out about what is happening. There are not enough white men using their platforms and speaking out against the injustices and the harm that have been done to thousands of children and women. Where you at? I can't hear you.
A lot of these modern women think that good men are an endangered species, and they're not actually scarce or rare, and they're not actually hiding. As a matter of fact, if you pay attention, which is what you should be doing when you move throughout the world anyway, then you're going to see one. A lot of times modern women are mentally lazy, especially when it comes to dating. So they're not going to see the good man right in front of them because their brain is turned off and it's on autopilot, and they're thinking about a lot of times a lot of foolishness.
The girls that know they're hot and the girls that are all like Denner, and they're like, haha, you don't deserve me, all that, they're going to treat you like dirt.
I hate to be that girl, but I do feel sympathy for men because they'll never understand what it feels like as a girl to just post on your Instagram story and you just scroll through the likes and you're like, I'm going to be okay. Like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be okay. Maybe some guys really do get that, but I do think a majority of men miss out on that luxury. And it really is just that. It's like, oh, I have this little thing at my disposal. Like, let me just, hey guys. It's very charmed life to be a girl.
This is the trap for women. This is the trap that allows women to think they have all the time in the world. They can stall because they're getting all this attention online. So they're like, oh, I'm good. I can stall. I don't have to have kids now. I don't have to really prioritize dating now. Look at all this attention I'm getting. I'll have plenty of time.
I think the men these days are being bred a little bit different. I think they're not as willing to be rejected or take a risk. And so I think that shows up when you're out and about. Men aren't really approaching as much as they used to.
Why do you think they're not approaching women in the same way?
Well, women made a global witch hunt against flirting, and now they're mad that men aren't flirting with them.
That's right. It's kind of like how they killed chivalry.
The whole Me Too movement caused this.
Okay.
That's literally what caused it, especially for the younger guys. Maybe the older gentlemen, they weren't really affected by it too much, and
they still approach.
Used to it. They still the ones who are single, maybe.
Yes.
Who aren't locked down. But younger guys, I get these kind of younger guys, telling me they're terrified of going up and talking to a woman. I literally made a post on Twitter yesterday. It was about what's the worst thing that can happen if you go up and say hi to a girl? You're not going to regret it. And I had a couple of dudes slide in the comments and be like, I got accused of by just saying hi to a chick on campus.
so many women are competing for the same men, and then a bunch of guys are getting ignored. And then what ends up happening is, where do those guys go? And they go online. That's what you see.
They go to porn.
They go to porn, or they go to Reddit. I mean, I love Reddit, but they're really going to some of these red-pilled communities. And so what you're seeing now is just men really opting out of society. So when you go back to that stat, 1 in 7 young men in the UK is NEET, not an employment, education, or training. They have just opted out. And as Scott says, there's nothing scarier than a single man, a young single man. And so we are just creating a lot of these angry young single men who are saying, well, this is rigged against me. And so that's why I am worried about the rise of people like Andrew Tate. And if we wonder, where are the dads? Where are the men? Well, men are finding these father figures, but they're finding them online, and they're not the father figures that I would choose for the majority of men. And so I'm really worried about this, because I feel like women are saying, guys, you need to step up because I can provide and I don't need that from you. And guys are not prepared to rise to the occasion.
So we're all rewatching the City right now since it's on Netflix, and I was just thinking to myself, man, dating in the 90s and early 2000s was just so much easier because people actually talked to each other. People were out and about. Like, there was never any like remote work. People didn't like self-isolate. Like, you had to be out in the world. And then right as I was thinking that, and I was like, man, if I'd been dating then, it'd be so easy. The thought popped in my head of like, what if in the 90s or early 2000s, I was dating a guy that was a Republican, which back then was respectable, I think. As I have mentioned before, I used to be a Republican before Trump entered the scene. And I was just thinking about, like, I would now be married potentially to a man that used to be like a George W. Bush Republican that then became a MAGA. And then quickly I was like, thank God I am dating in the year 2026 and I didn't accidentally marry a man that became MAGA later on, because that would just be very devastating. So grass is always greener. I think we've got it good now because we can go into whatever situation eyes wide open.
Look, that's actually a fair point, though. You can see someone's full trajectory now before you're locked in. Back then, you'd marry a guy, then watch him shift politically or ideologically 5 years later, and suddenly you're stuck. Now you can screen for actual compatibility up front instead of hoping someone stays the same. That's a real advantage to modern dating, not having to gamble on who someone becomes.
No, Nani, I feel like you are enabling men being perverts.
No, if I was going to say that.
But why can't I go out with my cleavage and be...
What's a pervert?
And someone who makes you uncomfortable for being sexy.
Mama, your cleavage is out because it's cute. You like how it looks, right?
Yes.
You'd like for it to be appreciated, right?
No. I already appreciated it at home.
Yeah.
Before I left home.
Okay, then fine.
I don't need
appreciate
to be told by a man.
Appreciate it at home and cover it up then. Because we're going to appreciate it.
No, because I want to wear this top, Nani, today. I want to wear this top
today.
today.
Well, that's delusion, Mama. It sounds like delusion to me.
No, Nani, I feel like you are enabling.
Every glamorous and beautiful thing that is shown out on purpose is meant to be seen.
Don't you feel like a high-value man, yes, will look at the cleavage, but he's not going to make you feel uncomfortable? Etiquette.
Okay, baby, let's be honest.
I think you are excusing men from having etiquette.
Lisa, there's a thin line. Lisa, there's a thin line between flirting and harassment. If a man sits across me and he's hot and he has money and he looks at my cleavage, we're flirting.
That's
a man is ugly. No. Anyway, we're sitting here, we're having drinks. Listen, Mama. We're just here having drinks.
Men aren't the problem. Women's lack of accountability is, and that's why men are checking out of dating and nobody wants to say it. Women love to complain about men, how men don't want to commit, don't want to date, don't want to put in effort, don't want to do this and that, but rarely do women stop to ask what role they play in the problem. And trust me, girl, I used to be the same way until I realized what was really going on. The truth is, men are tired of being told they're never enough. They're tired of being called toxic for being masculine, tired of being shamed for wanting to lead, and tired of being treated like they're disposable. Why would a man want to date when he's constantly told he's the problem? When every mistake is weaponized against him and every effort is met with criticism or indifference. Add in the fact that so many women are competing with men instead of complimenting them, and it's no wonder men are choosing peace over partnership. Men want to feel respected, needed, and appreciated. When they don't get that, they check out, and honestly, I can't blame them. If you want a man who actually wants to show up for you, maybe start by showing him some respect. Otherwise, don't be surprised when he chooses himself over a relationship.
A lot of these modern women, if a man doesn't tell them that he's a good man, like if he doesn't bend over backwards and tell her or to show her, basically simp for her, then she's not going to know that he's a good man. She can't observe like she's asking him to observe. She can't observe and then say, oh, that's a great guy. She doesn't have the ability once again, because she hasn't really trained herself on how to do that. And so once again, she continues to pick terrible men over and over again because she don't really know what she's looking for. She's just watching too much TV.
Girl, you are too beautiful and too smart to still be asking a stupid question. Why do I keep seeing y'all say, how does men move on so fast? I wish I could move on fast like a man too. I don't know how they just be leaving one relationship and on to the next. Men need support in a way that you as a woman do not. A woman can flourish her whole life without a man, and most of you will be more successful without one. That's not the story for a man, though. A man flourishes more within a relationship because a man needs support. Women do independence. Men do prioritization. Can we talk about it? Men do prioritization. You as a woman can do all things and do all things well. A man needs to focus on one task at a time. He has to prioritize. So if he's prioritizing bringing home the money, he's not also prioritizing what needs to be done around the house. Do you get what I mean? If he's prioritizing the game tonight, he's not also prioritizing cooking dinner. If he's prioritizing his career, he's not also prioritizing how to be a good partner. He can't do it all. He needs support. You don't. You don't.
These messages literally perpetuate the problem that our society faces with dating, relationships, and loneliness. If we are telling other people to isolate and to not be in relationship and to protect our hearts from being vulnerable, from putting ourselves out there, if we're trying to create conditions that are the most optimal ways to live, where we never get hurt, we never face rejection, we are literally never going to grow, build resilience, and build the skill sets to regulate our own emotions. And that is literally what life is about. It's learning how to regulate your emotions, because 99% of things in life we cannot control for and we cannot predict. So what you've got to focus on is how do you create a sense of inner joy and inner peace despite what's going around you. So staying single and isolating yourself from relationships that are beautiful and like foundational to human, like the human experience, that doesn't increase your peace. That actually just makes you more depressed, because humans are wired to connect. And frankly, we shouldn't be outsourcing our peace onto anything or anyone else. Like, you need to learn how to create that for yourself and create your own sense of joy and internal feelings of joy. So it's comments like these that are deeply troubling to see and are really not helping anyone.
Oh, it's not. Excuse me, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, you're very pretty. I can get your Instagram?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wait, what? Where are you going?
Drink.
Like, where are you going?
Continue my walk?
No, you're not gonna, like, ask why, ask about my boyfriend, like, try to, like, where's the effort, you know?
I actually said no, so I'm gonna go.
But you don't want to, like, know why? Like, you don't care why?
I don't give a bro, you said no, bro, so bro, on to the next hoe.
Not like what happened to, like, oh, you got a boyfriend or something?
Bruh,
you don't let you have friends?
Here's the problem with you girls, bro. You want me to get on my knees and plead as to why you said no?
You don't have to plead, but where's the effort?
What effort, bro? You said no. You don't deserve my effort, bro. If you was interested, you would have said yes, bro. You said no, so now it's time to go. Like, it's no if, ands, or but.
No, like, that's not the line.
Y'all be used to these losers, bro. I'm not gonna spam, ask you why. Like, I don't care, bro. You said no. Bro, there's a million girls in this world, bro. You think I'm ready to sit right here and waste my time?
Bro, you're not wasting your time. It's me.
Bro, I'm not.
It's me.
Who is you?
Bruh.
I'm never gonna shake my cup, bro. I just met you, bro. You look good, just like the other 50 girls that I asked like, for the Instagram, bro. I already shake my cup for your gram, bro. You said no. Okay, cool.
Bro, no, that's not your line. You gotta hit me with the, like, oh, he don't let you have friends. Like, do that part.
No.
All right.
The reason why women are no longer behaving traditionally is because men are no longer behaving traditionally. Y'all aren't behaving traditionally either. And traditionally, I'm not saying I agree with it, traditionally men were the ones who provided.
Y'all are no longer traditional because feminism told y'all to be hoes. Feminism told you that you can dress however you want to dress. You can sleep with whoever you want to sleep with, and it will empower you as a woman. From 18 to 30, some of y'all go through your whole phase, and then at the end of your whole phase, you expect a traditional man to come in and provide you with traditional values. Unfortunately, it does not work like that because the traditional man that you're looking for at the end of your journey, they have traditional values that they are also looking for from their woman. And y'all gave it away in y'all younger years and then expect that man to come in and bail you out. Also, feminism told y'all that if you're a stay-at-home wife and you take care of the household, you are a maid. That's the mindset that you have. If you do get a traditional man and he goes to work and he pays all the bills and he provides the financial life and the safety that you want, you then make yourself a maid if you are at home taking care of your responsibilities. Y'all say y'all want to be traditional, but when you are in that traditional role, you complain about it. Y'all say y'all want to be boss girls, but when y'all are in that role, you want the benefits that come with it, but not the responsibility. Most of y'all just don't know what y'all want. Y'all are confused.
A lot of these modern women, it seems like they have this abundance mindset when it becomes, I'll always have another friend, or I'll always run to another networking event or connection. But when it comes to dating and good men, they don't have this same abundance mindset. Oh, well, you got the last good man. No, there's a good man right there in front of your face. It's just you don't really know what to look for, and you haven't really trained yourself on what to look for. And so you think that good men are few and far between, but your vetting process is trash.
It's festive sweater day at work. How cute. But anyways, Cardi B just posted a video saying that she knows a guy, rich guy, and she said he told her that men would rather deal with a 7 or 8 look-wise as compared to a 10, because a 7 or 8 would essentially put up with his BS versus a girl that's a 10 and, will get picked quickly. Like, oh, he doing stuff I don't like, I'm gonna drop him. I can get another man easily because I'm a 10. Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that statement based off of looks, but I do think that some men, not all, some men do pry or purposely pick women with lower self-esteem, lower self-worth, women who don't have as much going for themselves because they will be easier to manipulate. So looks can be a factor, but I do think that they choose women based off of how easily they can manipulate them. I do believe that for sure. And Cardi B said, she said, a man played with me, he on chill the next day. He do some BS, I'm not answering the phone. And I'm the same way. Listen, I'm not proud of it, but I blocked a man one time because he was taking too long at the gym. But you know what? We're all a work of progress, and I'm growing. That was the old me. I'm different now. And before y'all go in the comments say I'm crazy, he went to the gym, and then I never heard from him ever again for the rest of the night. I don't know what kind of gym he was at. Don't play with me.
The reason why he was able to move on so fast, as if you never existed, even though you know that there was an amazing connection there, was because he wasn't in search of a connection. He was looking for his next dopamine hit. You need to understand this. When men are not healed or in the place of their life that they want to be in, the last thing that's on their mind is getting into a relationship, is nurturing a loving and healthy, beautiful relationship. That's the last thing that they're thinking about. The first thing that's on the top of their mind is where they're going to get their next hit of dopamine. It is literally like a drug. And if they can't validate for themselves that they are enough and they are worthy of the things that they want in their life, then they're going to outsource their validation to other people and to other women. It's the material things like the watches, the cars, the jewelry, the whatever, to make himself feel good, and for other men to be like, oh yeah, like he has it like that, and for other women to be like, oh yeah, like I need him, I want him. And then he goes after women to get that little hit of attention that gives him the validation that he wants. But if you give him that little bit of attention, or you give him the satisfaction of knowing that he can have you, that is more than enough for him to get that high. When he has that high, it immediately goes away. Instant gratification does not equate to long-term happiness. That is why they're always moving on to the next best thing, the next best person. Who else can I get? What else can I get? You are never going to be enough for him. No girl is ever going to be enough for him. No material item is ever going to be enough for him. He's always in constant pursuit of something. All because he does not know how to validate himself that he is enough. And that's the same reason why you give a guy the time of day once, and then he disappears and you're like, I don't know what happened to him, whatever, just send him off to the streets. And then he comes back around in your DMs, a text message, hey, what's up? I miss you. The more that you buy into it, like, oh, I miss you too. Like, how have you been? What have you been up to? I don't even give them the time of day or the satisfaction anymore, because I know that they don't actually miss me. They miss the attention that I'm giving them. Because if they actually missed you, they would be making plans to actually see you. Don't come around the blocks like you actually miss me. Okay? You can keep that to yourself. Thank you.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal, where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort.
There's plenty of pivotal moments. How about when a woman called a man weak for opening her car door? Or the time that men pursued women on dating apps and him saying, hey, how are you, wasn't good enough? How about the pivotal moment when a man is looking out into the open and happens to glance in a woman's direction and somehow he's undressing her with his eyes? Or how about the moment when women considered everything the bare minimum and nothing is ever good enough? Or what about the pivotal moment where men have to fix everything in a relationship to make it work and women have to simply exist? Or how about the time there was a study done that said 80% of women find men unattractive, so why would they try anymore? Or the pivotal moment where men can be accused of SA or at any given moment by accident just because a woman is pissed off because she was rejected? Or what about the pivotal moment that women have constantly told men that they're so undesirable that they would rather pick a bear over a human being, as if men don't have feelings? Or how about the pivotal moment that every single man that ever chased a woman was considered a simp and women simply didn't respect them or want to be with them because they're chasing and they're trying too hard? What about the pivotal moment when the nice guy gets left because he's not toxic enough? What about the pivotal moment where men can't even simply be respectful without it being considered creepy or too friendly? Or what about the time that women decided that not even Cheesecake Factory was good enough for a first date? That they didn't want to get to know men for who they are. They wanted to know how much money they made and their status. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound worth chasing. Okay, bye.
She's laying out the actual timeline here, and that's what people need to see. Men didn't just stop trying for no reason. They stopped because the goalposts kept moving, the respect went away, and the effort stopped being reciprocated. When a man realizes he's chasing someone who's decided he's already lost before he started, he checks out. That's not laziness, that's logic.
This is why women who aren't dating right now aren't dating. Y'all are so useless sometimes, and I genuinely want to know, like, what's going on in your brain. I'm in my elevator. I went to go pick up packages. I'm tired. I had a little nice arm workout, back workout. Cool. I'm not banking on anyone being in the elevator with me, so I know that I have to balance this on my own, put in my fob, put my floor, and cool. However, there's a guy. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's probably gonna bus us upstairs because he also lives here and he's also going upstairs. No. Oh, I thought I was gonna get help. No, he couldn't even do that. So I walk inside first. I put the boxes on this railing. I'm kind of like balancing it literally like this. I'm also balancing another little box that keeps going up and down the boxes, and then my water bottle and my keys. So I put my stuff down and he's just like, oh, you're waiting for me. Oh, you're waiting for me to use my fob and reach over. Mind you, I'm far from the buttons because the railing, whatever. So I was like, oh, you're one of those. Got it. I grab my key. I go and I'm like reach with my key. I don't give a but do something. Ew, I was so icked out. So I go, all right, what floor? Mind you, I'm literally like this. Boxes, key, like I look ridiculous. Then another lady puts I think she pressed the elevator button, and so it opened up again. The elevator opened up again. So I literally was balancing my boxes for too long. If I would have been by myself, I would have been in my apartment by now. Anyway, so I go, what floor? And then the buttons aren't working for some reason. Like sometimes the fob is whatever. It's not working. So I'm pressing both buttons and he's like, oh, maybe I'll do it with you. Idiot. All you have to do is take out your fob. Why don't you have your fob? You're going upstairs. You need your fob to get upstairs. And this is why we are disappointed. Y'all can't think ahead. Y'all can't think, hey, there's a young lady with heavy boxes, clearly balancing. Why would she buzz me upstairs when I'm just carrying a backpack? Loser.
Yeah. You like this? Setting the bars up. You see y'all, that's right here. Happy anniversary, baby. Happy anniversary.
It's cool.
This cool?
Yeah.
What the you mean it's cool? Girl, you don't see you all over the place? This nice as hell.
Okay, but I'm a grown woman. Like, you do this for 15 years old. Like, you should have bought me something or did something or...
So this ain't good enough? Look at all this. This is romantic as fuck.
Okay, but I'm grown as like, this is childish.
Bro, you talking about you grown?
It's cool.
Grown people don't complain about stuff that somebody giving them.
I said it's cool. Like, it's cool. You know? It's
That's all it is all right, cool? I just try to show you, I appreciate you. I show you a whole little room, you know what I'm saying? Running this room and all, got it together, look. Nice picture of us.
All this you spent on this, you could have spent this on something, like something else, going out drinking or something like something. Like,
you want to do that? We can just buy together. You tripping. I just hooked us up, bro.
I buy with you every day. I buy with you every day.
This will be here all the time, man. Like, you ain't great with bro. You worry about what you vibing with, man. At the end of the day, trying to do something nice for you. So you don't like this like that? Yeah, man. His anniversary, for real.
Y'all keep letting the internet influence y'all's expectations in real life, man, especially in dating. Let me tell you something. Be glad anybody wants to spend anything on anybody. You understand me? If I come from the gas station and got you a pack of gum, that thank you better be incredible. You hear me? If I done went to Wendy's and I done came back with a Baconator for you as well, the gratitude needs to be insurmountable. This right here, reaction to an anniversary gift, keyword gift, the audacity. Anyway, ladies, what are your thoughts? What are some things that you guys have given on Valentine's Day or anniversaries to your spouse that would, that he or us can appreciate, huh? And fellas, what's something big you've done for your lady? You know what I'm talking about? On the anniversary or Valentine's Day situation, because spending money overall is massive, but also doing something sentimental is also incredibly massive. And a lot of people don't appreciate either. So, perfect example, I'm a gesture guy, all right? When I proposed to Tange, what I did was I took her to the Standard downtown LA, invited all her friends and family, and we went to the rooftop bar, didn't buy nothing, just looked at the view because I didn't have the bread. Came downstairs, had a blindfold on her, came downstairs, her friends and family were waiting on her just to say, I think it was her birthday, happy birthday. I didn't even get a room at the hotel. You understand me? This is years ago. She sees her friends, bam, I'm on one knee. Tear City. All right, everybody crying, everybody happy. Cost me nothing, but the memory lasts a lifetime. But this brother spent his money on the room. He got the little balloons and everything. And this is the return he gets.
What you guys don't understand is, as modern women, you know, you guys are saying that chivalry, you know, doesn't exist. Well, modern women, you guys have to understand, you keep on killing chivalry. Every time you say, I don't need no man. Oh, I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to open my door. I don't need you to buy me flowers. You're actively destroying chivalry. Chivalry is just a man being nice. It's just a man being generous. Just a man thinking about you and saying, And not even in the context of romance, just thinking about you and saying, oh, let me get the door for you. Just being a good person. That's really all it is. But then when you look at him and you say, I'm entitled to that, as you should, now you sound like an idiot.